Alrighty, it is dungeon Meshi time. We have Senshi in the house. He is level 60. I don't know if anyone realized last time, but I was like struggling. Like I had under 50,000 common experience. It was really bad. And that's why we had Senshi at level 57 for like the longest time. And then we had Marcel at level 60, of course, because the queen must get leveled up. And she is doing well. But now we have some limelight for Senshi. We leveled him up, he's level 60. I played him a wee bit, not sure if I'm cooking or I cooked him, but I think it's interesting, definitely interesting. He definitely does strike me as, I don't know, do you want to say like a dollar store Coco? The thing is, Coco I feel like is more of a stronger supportive tank unit all in all. But Senshi does give that more offensive supportive style that Coco doesn't have. Coco is definitely more like just defensive in my opinion. Where Senshi, like a lot of his buffs that he does, if you do play him sort of defensively like I do, just sort of give like that extra damage, which is nice. It doesn't do too much like protection or curative or utility based stuff. I mean, utility for sure, there's a lot of stuff there, but like for example, if you want to cure like debuff or stuff like that, it's kind of hard with Senshi. I think you definitely want to be on the maybe more of the offensive here with Senshi, at least the way that I built him. And there's for a couple reasons. But before we get into that, let me just explain what the trait is. So Senshi's trait, and I think it's a big part of him. Like, I can't imagine running Senshi without his food. That might be a big thing to talk about, or a big thing to say, or a bad thing to say, but it's like half his trait, right? I'll explain why I think about that later. But like, yeah, so his trait is basically he gets some defense attack for sure, and he spawns cuisine. Now, the attack and defense alone, I think is like okay, right? It seems very sort of middling. The interesting part is definitely the cuisine here. The fact that it spawns one at the beginning of the battle means that units who are eating out of this, I guess, meal, this cuisine, are going to basically be in battle at full energy, right? This is giving you one energy, hopefully, once you proc the happiness. And then they're going with full energy, which is nice. Definitely something you want to rock with for sure. But the thing is, if you do have other abilities based around this, for example, if you're doing eating well or mealtime, you can basically use more of his passive, which is the cuisine effect, basically, right? Creating more meals, and then also the fact that like he gets assisting cover off of having like the cuisine will make him more defensively. The other thing that's weird though is he has this ability called Senshi's Satisfaction. I think this is like kind of interesting because on one hand I'm like, do you ever remember when like tanks or like defenders are just like complete wet noodle fights? Like they just take zero damage, but they also do zero damage because they invested so much into defense or health. I low-key do feel like sometimes that's how Coco plays. Like you play Coco and like you're trying to kill something and it's just smacking with the pan and like it's not doing any damage, but like, Coco's happily just healing up. that's what I get from Coco. But with Senshi, if you are chilling out a bit, maybe you're waiting for your meal to prep, waiting for it to cook, just a little longer on the fire. You do get more damage for sort of being idle, basically. And that's Senshi's Satisfaction. You get 30% extra damage up to 6 stacks. So that's 3 times 6, or sorry, 60, sorry, 6 times 30, which will total to 180% increased damage, which is a lot. And that coupled on top of like 100% physical attack damage based basic attack, not too bad, right? That's over 200% physical attack based on a single attack. That's a pretty big nuke. Like if you think about units that do lots of damage, think of like people who do like crazy amounts of single target damage. Like I'm thinking Nungle, but Nungle isn't like the strongest. But like I think her signature is like 160, and he basically gets that for free, right? If you just wait a bit, he can kind of get the Senshi's Satisfaction for free, quote unquote free, right? And like yeah, that's like a lot of damage to be had for Senshi. But the thing is though, if you do go this route and you sort of, I don't know, really hedge on his damage route, it kind of feels like his trait doesn't really do that much anymore, right? His trait is basically based on the cuisine effect, and if you're not using his cuisine, he basically only has attack and defense. And that just feels weird, right? Like at that point, it's like, why not just use an epic? That's just the way I'm thinking. So that's kind of why I sort of built Senshi the way that I did. Right now, he's very sort of defensive support based. that has a Taj, and this is because basically how his kit is working, at least from my understanding, Taj offensiveness, and that like he doesn't really cure debuffs. He doesn't really. That's what he doesn't really cure debuffs, but he does increase your attack. He does increase your move. On top of that, he also increases your crit and your damage. So there's a lot of like offensive support happening here, while also, I guess, being defensive with the assisting cover, on top of having the mealtime. So that's my thought on this. Now you can go a little feisty, in my opinion, with something like the Iron Pot. And if you use the Iron Pot, it does help you reduce some of the damage you take, but also giving you some of Senshi's satisfaction, which I think is really big. So if you're using Senshi's satisfaction a lot, this could be like a nice way to increase that Senshi satisfaction manually, right? Without having to rely on the sort of mill effects. And I think I dig that. I think like if you really want to use him as like a single turn nuker, that would be interesting. Also kind of fun, just like whacking someone to like oblivion with your pot, because I'm just having so many memories of Coco just literally taking forever to kill anything. I'm literally just waiting on like the shroom that Coco has for her decision ability. That's literally her damage dealing. So this being able to kill someone, I think is going to be a nice welcome for like units that tend to cook, aka Coco or Senshi, or even Maitha. I guess Maitha does cook for her ability. Yeah, very much welcome. So you could do that, and I don't know how that works with the assisting cover. I have not tried that yet, but I imagine like the 20% from the block and 20% from the assisting cover, that's 40% damage reduction, and then on top of that, you get the damage reduction, potentially, maybe, from the Iron Pot. That's if you block, and I guess you are blocking if you're assisting cover. Actually, no, that's not all the time. But if you are blocking, that's like 80% damage reduction because you're facing them too. That's a lot. And then I'm also imagining like Merry Christmas Land, you have that within the like some sort of fire, and so that you trigger your Dwarf Blood, which is reducing the damage by 40%. Well, I guess it's kind of weird because if you're blocking, you're already reducing damage by 20%, and you get another 20% from assisting cover. So like this is kind of the same. So I think you max out at 80% if you do that sort of route. So that's what I'm thinking. I also did end up going for the Scorching attack over the powerful attack, just because like unless I'm going Senshi Satisfaction build, I think the Scorching attack provides more utility, and that basically the ability will scale based off of the content, right? If you're having like this big beefy boss, 100 million health, I don't have to worry about having 100 million physical attack. I can just let the burn do like 10%. So I'm waiting 10%. I'm waiting 10 turns to finish him off. In theory, napkin math. Or like if you do with this powerful attack, you have to divide the 100 million health by like 110. That's a lot. So that's the thought behind that. There is definitely a lot to be said about having like an offensive build though. Like I can imagine Senshi Satisfaction with something like co-attack and then like sweeping bash, and you're just like swiping like a whole swaths of the units off the screen, right? That's 80% plus 180 from the satisfaction on top of inflicting defense down. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. This is my thought. That's just my thought. Of course, he's not level 5. I've not played him a lot, so this is all in theory. So yeah, I generally play him as like a supportive damage dealer. So he's kind of in the back line, protecting my units that deal damage. If they do get close, I love things like the basic attack that does the knockback 2, the pot slam. This also allows you to do like the act again with the Senshi's mealtime, so it allows you to reposition nicely. On top of that, and makes it very nice or easy for you to knock units away from your damage dealers, which I personally enjoy from Senshi. I think he can maybe tank a little bit, but I think Coco and like Maitha and these other units are definitely stronger as tanks with their increased defense. So yeah, that's my thought with Senshi so far. I've been kind of thinking about a build or like a sort of team with him. Now I don't know if it's like the best in my opinion, but we can like run it back a few times, see how it works, and we can just run it through. We just run it through Clash. Clash is I think a good way of showing off potentially maybe these new teams. On top of that, I think in general, it's like I don't know. I guess the best PvP mode that we have is available to us outside of I guess immediate PvP with like friends or something. So that's what we can do. I do like the fact that I do run him as a supportive unit because we can kind of spam Senshi's pots whenever we need to. because we do have the engraving resonance on him, so we can just like, yeah, be super nice with that. With Senshi too, the fact that he does have, let's see, what is it? The aura? I think it's smell of cooking. Because he does have the aura here, this is like a huge swing in my opinion. This on top of having the ability to like, I guess like, yeah, this, okay, so this on top of like a Kanbei, where like Kanbei basically has the increased attack, and then when he summons the units, and then the units have increased attack, it's kind of like crazy layering for like units that spawn summons based on like their abilities, right? Because they're just doing so much damage. It's like, I don't want to say multiplicative, but like the scaling is non-linear and it's like crazy. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. Okay, so let's do this. We can do Senshi, and I kind of like, yeah, Senshi in the back here. We can do something like Maita in the front, Senshi in the back, and we can do like Gloria. Gloria, I feel like plays like a similar role as Senshi. It's just like a unit in the back that is more supporting for the back line. I do think she has a lot of potential of being like damage dealer, but like my Gloria is only level 3 and she does not have her 50% ignore damage reduction, so that's that. I kind of want to do a Kanbei. This might be a little bit easy, but maybe that's all we need to know. That's all we need to do. And we have Marcel. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I feel like I would trade one more for. I would take Gloria out because I feel like Gloria reduces the sort of visibility that Senshi has, because she also gives energy, but Senshi also gives energy with the fullness. And you definitely do want Senshi to also be a little bit even further up than the damage dealers, because if you have the aura, at least for this build, you can give the units and enemy units down, reduce their damage, but also increase the attack of friendly units and defensive friendly units. So let's see. Is there really not another one? I mean, we could do Rico. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. And we can go Nungle, actually. I like this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so let's try and defeat as many enemies as possible. I mean, I feel like Maita is going to tank this damage pretty nicely if we do get into fire traps or something. Or not. Okay. Let's see. A little scary. Now. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're definitely winning this one. I just saw how much damage like I did for like an attack like that from my Rico, who is not tanky at all. I was like, wow, okay, that's over. I kind of put it here. Put it here, that way, like, if people actually want it, they can come close. But, like, if people don't want it, they're, like, pretty far away from it. Okay. Let's see. Explosion. Good enough. Insane. Okay, and then the Kanbei. Kanbei is probably going to clear this up. Here we go. You can use a lot of energy here in hopes of triggering the happiness. There we go. And let's see how much energy are we at. Okay, 3 energy, not that bad. And did we get the fullness? Yeah, fullness. Smell of cooking, cuisine 2. And the turn recovers 50% HP. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. And from here, I guess you try to hit anything. Okay, yeah, we can either kill Samantha, but we really can't kill this. Let's try it. Oh yeah, we can. We have the assassin's summons. But yeah, I kind of like this. Oh, we still need support, definitely, because the cuisine's going to be down soon. We do get like a nice chunk of defense. The thing about this though is if we are relying on this, the cuisine. Let me think about this. So like, if we are just banking on the cuisine, it's not all the time giving us the energy from the fullness, but we do get the sustained cover if we ever need to take attacks, which is very nice. We do get the damage and crit up for the mealtime. But then, let's see. I imagine not too... I guess there's gonna be units that get to the food. But like the attack and defense up by 10%. I feel like that's just something Gloria can easily accomplish by just being around, right? And if we want to increase to 15%, like, we can just use the Spear of Longinus. Or like, this is like, you just kind of have to have... You have to have like the cuisine out. I'm thinking like real time. You have to have the cuisine out, and so you really just want like more uptime for your cuisine, which it does help a lot if you are going for like rank 5. I don't think I'm going rank 5 yet, but I think you get up to basically 3 stars. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now we can move it a bit. I'm worried this is gonna smack Marcel. Yes, it does. It smacks it, but also destroys the food a bit. Okay, I can't go back. Which is not the best. Oh, wait, I didn't even think about this. If he triggers his own happiness, does that reduce the cooldown of? Oh, it does. You can see it on the top. It reduces the cooldown. Interesting. Okay, that's much nicer than I thought. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Because basically now what that means is like you want to Senshi just like near his food, like at all times, so you can have more uptime for the dish. At least have him buy it when he's ready to eat, when he's not full. I'll say that. But like as you can see, there's so much stuff to like point towards playing with the food. And honestly, I don't know. This has not been the best test of like whether or not Senshi is like actually good, but like at least I'm learning still. I'm learning still. Yeah, detected login after update. Oh geez. Okay, and we're back. We're back with more Senshi. I mean, I think this is basically over, right? Can we just? All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, no, at the top there it says 93 out of 100. It's literally so close. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to kill some of this stuff because I just want to like get the what was it? The tokens, the mats. Let's do this. Oh wow, we don't have energy for that. Okay, that's 100. Nice. Okay. So let's see what would happen in theory if we did Tiden's castle. Tiden stage. In theory, what would happen with Tiden? Let's just put it to the test. So we can just like, let's see. I really do like a combo here. I think like it's a good showing of like the why ores are maybe strong. I do like a combo. Then Senshi. I don't know who else would be like a good showing. Actually, I think Nungle will be a good showing, maybe. She has like some cooldowns and like I think it would be good to show. You could like spam the spam her signature. Okay. We can also use the food as like a blocker, which I kind of like. I want to use it immediately too. If we use it immediately, we can basically get the it's a chance, right? It's a chance of you triggering the Well, let me see. How do you play Senshi? So this is a chance of gaining happiness. 30% chance to gain both happiness, but it always recovers health. And that's at 30%. Oh, health's at 15%, but always has a chance to gain happiness. And the happiness doesn't reduce the health of the cuisine, but the recovery reduces the health of the cuisine. Though 15% health per turn will reduce it. So it's always reducing the health of the cuisine. It's just the happiness that doesn't always trigger, but if you do trigger it, it's going to reduce lots of reduction for Senshi. It's within 2 tiles? Or cuisine. Oh, it's within 2 tiles. Okay, so if I stay near it, this is also 2 tiles. I can place another one here. Just in case we get like all the ore on it. You gotta get all the ore. Yeah, that is a good showing on why you might need some sort of defensive option or like curative option, because silence is gonna hurt. I'm gonna place it here. I guess we don't need to move it if we're playing a combo. Oh, we got the happiness now. Okay, this didn't help. Did not help at all. So if I move here, and I did this, will it not reach a combo? No, it still reaches. How do you make this work without getting reached? Okay, I guess we don't really care about the energy, but we do care about like seeing how the cooldown works. So we can run tear to improve our speeds here without like having it ruin our Senshi fun. Okay, so we go here, energy up. We don't really care about having tear by the pot. But we can place this here. I wonder if this is gonna give us multiple triggers, potentially, of happiness. Actually, no, because of the fullness. So now I can like place it here. Like look how good this is with Akambe. So I feel like it's something I didn't go over with Akambe. Basically, he has 6,000 damage here, right? Now his secret signal that you get has an ability that triggers. I'm sorry. So yeah, 6,000. When you do spawn a summon, the summon will have 85% of Akambe's attack. So you can just like round this. So hold up. We can just like get a calculator out quickly here. Not really, but like kind of. So like say you have 6,500, then you times it by 0.85. That's around 5.5 damage that they should be doing based off attack. 5.5 damage. But it's also like considering the fact that like we're close to this, right? If we move right here. I don't know if that hurt Akambe. He's at 6,000. Okay, but he's not by the food, right? Yeah, so 6,132, but he was at 6,500 when he's here. Yeah, so, and now, once we place, and this is also helping a lot from like the buffs that we have on Akambe, but like we place this here, and like, our assassins have like our attack, right? Like they're super close to having our attack. And on top of that, like this could potentially trigger one of the Vorpal Blades. So like, yeah, the Vorpal Blades are doing like 6k damage here, which is super nice. But also just doing like 9k if you're just considering like overlapping with other other ones. So like, yeah, it's super good. Super good situation for Kambe. There we go. Okay, okay. And here, we quick reload and hopefully spam. If we get a trigger from the fullness, we can just like run it back with Darken. Okay, okay. So we did get fullness. Did we? Happiness. Now it does say we have 2 cuisines. Oh, that's only for the healing though. So we can heal 30% basically. Oh, we also have the leader's aura, which is actually like low-key good for. Oh, we do have fullness too. Wait, so we have fullness. Oh, fullness, but we. Oh, crap. Wait, do we not have fullness? Let's see. I mean, happiness. For all skills, reduces energy consumption by 1. After use, reduces the cooldown by 1. Oh, okay. So if I do an attack, I'm thinking only then we can. So if I attack, then we should get the meal next turn. Let's see. So let's just like do something here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so this is 2, right? It even shows it here. But once we go for an attack, it should be. It should be 1 or 0. So like next turn we should have it. All right, let's hope for that. Let's hope that's the case. Yeah, Senshi's kind of like just tanking here. We also have a lot on the field. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Not the best. Let's see, we can stunt them a bit. Slow down the lightning there. Okay, and we do have the rich rewards. We have the darken again. And that was from the happiness, I think. Let me just heal up Nungul. Okay, and then Seeds of Wisdom. Okay, that's fine. Place down some units. I don't think this is gonna eat up the last spec of the. It's either a Kambe or I guess the assassin here. Yeah, 633. Yeah, he's like rivaling on the tail of my ability. My attack damage. There we go. Yeah, being able to spam this because of the. That's not guilty yet. Because of the food. Super good. Okay, and then we do get. Okay, so then we do get this if we waited by. So yeah, so I mean that feels nice. For sure, I think it would be better with 5 stars because I guess you get the extra. I think one person can eat longer, or one person can eat it before it disappears. There also is something we said about like perfecting your placement of the mealtime too, which I think is quite interesting. Like if you want the units to have higher attack, you put it closer to them. If you want them to have higher movement, you put it further away. So like, yeah, ideally something like this would probably be fine. And this should affect him too, right? If I just do this, actually, you want him to proc it because so you want to put this close to him. It triggers the end of the turn, so he can potentially get the happiness. Okay, let's check Senshi. Okay, so he didn't get the happiness, which is okay. Like it's, I guess wait, it didn't trigger at all actually. I guess because he placed it, doesn't trigger the turn you place it. Maybe that's fine. One thing that we're not taking advantage of though is the fact that he's got 6 stacks of satisfaction. That seems like a crime. Which is also I feel like a good reason to not just run him with like, or I guess to run him with more offensive. Because if you're spending your whole time just cooking, it's like, well, you got time to do other things sometimes. Let's just wait. I think we can like do some cool damage maybe with Tiden. Yeah, that's killing for sure. Alright, and then let's see. 6 stacks. 8,000 damage. And like, mind you, I don't think he has too much offense on. Coexist armor, temptation. Okay, temptation of devil is going to help a lot. Considering we have 7 stacks. Okay, that's going to help a bit. Maybe, also, I don't know if it's like combined here. This is only showing attack. So the satisfaction I don't think is showing. So it might be more than just what we see here. Let's see if we just like one shot or something. Probably not, but. Also, counterpoint, if it doesn't seem like it's doing too much, we're not even investing that hard into satisfaction Senshi. So I guess win-win in that case. Right? Win-win. Can you heal this? I don't think you can heal it. Okay. And we can just end it here. Oh, there you go. So I think we'll end it there. Yeah, I'm trying to play Senshi more. I do think the one thing that you really want with him is to inevitably get the 5 stars. Let's just go roll it back to show what Senshi does with 5 stars. Because with the 5 stars, what you'll get is like the recover 25% of health and 100% chance of triggering happiness, while reducing the cuisine's HP by 20%. I think this is good because if you reduce the fullness, if you 100% get the fullness, that basically means that people aren't going to be. Actually, no. It's. I'm trying to figure out a way like how you keep the cuisine around longer, but I think it still does get reduced because it just gets reduced regardless of like you get happiness or not. I still think it's gonna be like a good thing to get essentially there. He becomes like a budget Coco. It's a little bit more, but yeah. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about Senshi. Am I building him right? I don't think so, but let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely keep on testing him, but I feel like we've kind of like capped out on regards to like what he can be useful, not useful, but like the possible build for him is with basically his abilities. I just feel like he so much wants his trait to be like useful, so like you go pretty hard in on the cuisine. But yeah, I could be wrong, so let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Catch y'all later.